gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Señoras y señores, live. It's time!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into the Action Lab, your premier sports and entertainment talk show on the internet. And it's not close. Welcome into the show on a Wednesday night. Hope you're enjoying the week so far. We haven't seen you in a while, so it's great to have you guys here joining us for we're on the cusp of the NFL season. We are Chris without a hat is weird. True. Yeah. I mean, you know,
Chris with a hat, kind of weird.
With a hat, arguably weird as well. It's true. But we are almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We are just a week and a day away, basically, to the first game. I mean, we're there. Scotty.
Days. It feels kind of weird that the Chiefs aren't playing in that game. We have to wait an extra day for them, but it's okay.
Yes. It's here though. It's here. We already had a little taste of college football. We already had a little bit of that. We have week 1 coming in here for college football. We have NFL football week 1. I've already placed some bets in week 1 because, you know, why not for NFL week 1? Have to. So I'm already getting my best bets ready to go. I haven't. We'll be doing our best bets every single week. So I think I'm going solo week 1 for the next little bit, aren't I? I think Rex out of town, Scotty.
Oh. Sunday. Well, Sunday. I'm maybe. I'm questionable. Official status is questionable. I'll be back, but will I be dead or alive? I don't know.
That's the question. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. We are going to be doing our prediction show, I believe, Sunday. So if Scotty can't make it back, he's going to have to get.
This Sunday I'll be here.
Oh yeah. This Sunday. Yeah. So we'll be powering through week 1 solo or with some mystery guests along with whatever Rex lining up. He hasn't even told me any of these. So it could be chairman, it could be one of you guys, it could be who knows? It could be or who knows?
Is a practice squad guy allowed to commentate during the game? I don't know how that works. Yeah. I've never once shown bias on this stream.
Never
once.
No, I don't believe.
I just tell it like it is.
Yeah. You just, there's no bias towards a specific football team or, anything of that
Can't
nature.
Think of one.
No.
Can't think of one.
But it's been a while, guys. A lot's happened since we've been on. Scotty turned 40, so now he's dead.
I'm a man.
Yep.
I'm 40.
We cloned me right before I turned 40, just in case, and I'm the clone.
This is the clone, so enjoy it.
Wreck, I'm a clone. I clearly know it's impossible to give better takes because mine are perfect, and yours are the worst.
Well, either way, he's a man. He's 40 now. So happy birthday,
40.
Scotty. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
We celebrated in Mexico. It was almost, it's as close as you can get to a couple's bachelorette kind of week. I feel like there was like a variety of people all drinking endless amounts of alcohol all week, but still we
some more than others.
some more
but
than
that's
others.
Fine.
Yeah, some more than others. But we survived and it was a good time. And you know,
I barely survived.
I know. Yeah, Scotty,
I almost threw up in a church. I wrecked both my knees. Fun
Yeah.
fact, guys, when you've had a lot of drinks and you want to cannonball into a shallow pool and then you land at the bottom like with both your knees hyperextending as they land simultaneously on the pool floor. And at the time it like hurt when it happened, Chris. Like I felt the pain. I was like, "Oh, that hurt a little bit." But
I
then
did.
I was drunk enough that I was like, it kind of went away. I was like, I kind of forgot about it. And then I woke up the next morning. I was like, oh no. Oh no. What have I done? I'm okay. Right now, it's fine. It gets tight if I'm like sitting. If I'm sitting for a while, my knees get tight and I have to like walk for a minute. And after a minute, it feels fine.
I didn't realize that's how the knee situation happened. I thought you were just
Yeah.
old.
No. I landed and hyperextended both my knees simultaneously and then jump in the pool.
Good.
No.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Roger.
You just said I woke up and both my knees hurt. I mean, that's not that far fetched, but my knees are the one thing that actually don't ever hurt. Like if that would have been like my ankles both hurt, that would make sense.
Not
That just
the
happened.
not the hottest take we've ever had here. So
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we will.
I am probably lucky that it wasn't worse. Because the pool was only like what 4 feet, something like that. Yeah.
Was
yeah.
it? Yeah, it
And
was.
I obviously got a lot of elevation on my jump, so I was coming in super hard into that water.
And
Calm those dogs down. Are they eating a chicken rack?
watched baseball game with last night. It was with Rec last night. It was fun. So there you go. How did the baseball game turn out for you? The your boys, I'm obviously thinking you're watching, right? Oh, yeah. My boys,
The you should have done Rockies Astros last night. Another dominating win by the Rocks. Nice.
I mean, the Rockies, they're how many wins away from from avoiding the worst record in baseball?
Chris,
3 or 2?
All they have to do, I think they have to go 4-26 over their last 30 to avoid it. Which I heard on the radio today. There's never been a point in Rockies history where they've had a stretch of games where they've gone 4-26. Like they've forever in their whole history done better than that. There is. I think they'll probably go about 12-18. It won't be that interesting. Sorry, Chris, to disappoint, but
Yeah, it's
the
fine.
Rockies will not break the record for worst
It's fine.
MLB season ever.
You know,
By like 1. Yeah, doing great. Doing God's work out there.
for Scotty's birthday, the NFL suspended him for Action Labs for the first 6 weeks of the season, says Joe. Yeah.
Don't get me into that conspiracy theory with Jack. What an idiot. Yeah, Rashi Rice is suspended for the first 6 games of the season. There was a thing on, and I might talk about Jason I could talk about Jason McIntyre, Chris, who's Colin Cowherd's like sidekick.
Yeah.
Colin Cowherd show. For those of you that don't know, I knew you know Chris.
Yeah.
He has maybe the worst takes in the history of takes on live television. But he hates the Chiefs. So like for the 8 straight seasons, he's picked the Chiefs to fail, and they haven't yet. At least not to the amount that he said. And he's already said this year they won't make the playoffs. That's whatever. Fine.
It's going great.
But He was like, is it too much to ask for the Chiefs? Isn't it almost impossible for the Chiefs to go 4-2 without Rashee in these first 6 games? Spoiler alert, we went 13-2 without Rashee last year.
It's true.
Dumbass.
He's got to balance out some of the other takes. I mean, there's a lot of weird takes on Fox.
I told Rec this take before. I'll mention this one take this week that pissed me off so much, and glad Riley's here. It'll piss her off too. Jason McIntyre on air, without being sarcastic, said Josh Allen wishes he was able to be the quarterback that Jalen Hurts is. And he said Jalen Hurts is the single greatest dual threat quarterback in the history of the NFL. He said that on air.
What?
This guy should be arrested, Chris. And I'm not kidding.
It's like
He should be thrown in jail.
idiot sandwich.
He should be thrown in jail.
I guess how does Colin Cowherd? I guess I just don't know how Colin Cowherd is keeping him on that show. Evil. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Evil. I don't know where my alerts are tonight. Oh, there they go. It's a little delayed. I was gonna say.
Patrick continues to let us all down.
Patrick, what's up, Evil? Welcome. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Appreciate that.
Let me be clear for you, Riley. If Josh Allen joined the Philadelphia Eagles with that offensive line, with that wide receiver core, and with Saquon Barkley, they would win every game known to man. Like every single one, maybe by 100.
Wouldn't even be close. He'd be unstoppable.
What are we doing? The only thing Jalen Hurts is better at than Josh Allen is the tush push. That's it. That's the only thing.
I mean, same thing. We had your boy Nick Wright, obviously, throughout the AFC West standings. Which
What was wrong with that? I saw it.
I mean, he obviously,
Sounds
you know who
about
he
right.
has first in there, but then but then he went with the Raiders at number 2, where I'm just like, now
Makes sense.
maybe-
Pete Carroll, great coach.
maybe.
Geno Smith, stability at quarterback. I like it.
Oh man,
It's a trap.
he's got some spicy ones too. They're spicy. But that's okay. That's okay. He can be spicy if he wants. He's got plenty of spicy takes.
Yeah. Don't even get into who was last in that. It's not important. We'll get into it later.
Who was what?
No, nothing. We'll get into that later.
Oh no, we saw that. Yeah. We'll get into some hot takes though.
I'm back.
Hey, STG! Nick Wright is a trap. He is a trap.
It's a trap.
Yes, 28 months. Thank you for the 28 months, STG. Also, Hype Train going. Thank you also, Riley, for the, 44 months as well. Let's go. Let's go. 44
And-
whole months.
We'll honor by answering her question.
Yes.
Unbiased opinions. What do you all think the Bills' odds are? Sorry.
Let's go, Joe.
Close to a hype train.
We got it.
Thank you, Joe Quills.
For the 18
did we
months.
get it?
We did. Choo choo, mother
There we
truckers.
go.
Oh, we're down at 26. Yeah, we're down at 26. We got some climbing to do. That score in the scoreboard, 20-3. It's a little bit of yeah. All right, back to Riley's question.
Yes. What do you think the Bills' odds are to make the Super Bowl? To make the Super Bowl. So not win the Super Bowl. I would put it roughly. But and keep in mind, this isn't a shot. Like, they have one of the best chances, obviously, in the AFC. But when you have several good teams, I would put it somewhere in between 20 and 25%.
I mean, Currently, the Bills' odds are second best odds according to FanDuel
To
Sportsbook.
make the Super Bowl, what are the odds?
So actually, so this is Super Bowl winner odds right now.
No. Just to win the AFC.
Just to win the AFC. Okay,
Yes, she said to make the Super Bowl.
got it. So conferences, it's basically pretty close between Baltimore and Buffalo. Same thing with the actually Super Bowl odds to win it, but Baltimore plus 340 is the favorite. Buffalo plus 360.
Which roughly they're saying they're around 20-25%.
25, yeah.
honestly. Because they put some vig in it where they get additional value there. So
And then the Kansas City Chiefs plus 420.
Vegas never learns, do they?
Vegas
Or
never.
it's not really Vegas, it's people don't learn.
Yeah. So
No, why would I do that? I'm living comfortably.
no. But it's basically you throw the Eagles in there from the NFC, and then you have Ravens, Bills, Eagles, then Chiefs for the Super Bowl title winner in that order. So not a lot of love for the Chiefs.
The Ravens are number one.
No, Ravens are number one.
People don't learn either. I mean, literally, people don't learn. Greatest. We've never heard of Lamar Jackson. Shit, you could argue that Jalen Hurts is the third best dual threat quarterback to ever play for the Eagles. Mike Vick and Randall Cunningham.
Michael Vick.
You could argue those two guys are better. Nah, McNabb wasn't a huge runner of the ball.
What's up, Storchio? How we doing?
He might have been a better quarterback at times, but he wasn't like he wasn't a huge dual threat guy.
We have the from blue to green. I think Bills got to eventually beat the Chiefs, and if they don't this year, McDermott needs to be fired.
What are you talking about? They beat the Chiefs all the time in the regular season.
In the playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about
They definitely,
playoffs?
they
You kidding me?
absolutely could.
Playoffs?
That 0-4 record can't continue forever. It could turn to 0-5, 0-6, but it could turn to 1-4. We don't know.
Let's see. Take the 49ers. Take the 49ers for money return. Easy schedule. Lamar is not a playoff quarterback. That's
Thank you,
crazy.
Blue to Green. That's our staple on this stream.
It is literally why Baltimore fan hates us. Brendan still hangs out with us though, even though he's Baltimore fan.
He did say "Welcome home, Brendan" at the beginning of the stream. I was like, "Are you talking to yourself in the third person?" I think he was trying to put like a message thing, voice message or something. It just didn't work out.
It didn't quite translate. Philly, best dual threat to ever win a Super Bowl though. LOL.
I'd have to think about it, to be honest. But I would argue that can't be true. He's not. I mean, Jalen Hurts is not a top 50 quarterback all time. Not even close.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna go like that, I guess you're just trying to I think we're drawing at straws there a little bit, trying to force that one a little bit.
Steve Young was a better dual threat quarterback.
Steve Young. Some other news that took place during the time that we were gone, and it happened to be most recently. Scotty, there was a certain wedding proposal.
The royal wedding.
The royal wedding. The North American royal wedding is officially being planned because we have your boy getting engaged to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are now engaged. They posted on Instagram this past week. And what was it? Monday they did that? Was it? It was one of
Was it yesterday?
I don't know.
The
The days just blend together for me. Either way, the Swifties came out strong. Number one trending thing on Twitter. News story, sports story, you name it. It was the biggest. You had celebrities from all over the globe chiming in, saying congratulations. And here we are. Now, Scotty, the biggest question is, does Travis Kelce sign that prenup that's coming his way? Or does he know how to read through all the 20,000 pages of it, because it's going to be super complicated? I don't know. But
well, that's why he has probably lawyers, Chris.
Yeah, true.
He made $50 million last year over like all his different things that he does, endorsements and podcasts and football. So I without having any inside information, I'm sure there will be a prenup that he has to sign.
Yeah.
But let's keep in mind, like, I've got people sending me jokes like, oh, this is Kelsey's life at retirement. He's going to go golfing every day and then just get yelled at by his wife. And I'm like, Kelsey made $50 million last year. He's going to be okay. All right. It's not like he's just a waiter at, nothing wrong with waiters, but like marrying a billionaire. But I bet there's a prenup. I mean, when you think of Taylor Swift and all of her, like, you know, legal battles she's been through as far as her music or whatever, without knowing full-fledged, but I did watch the Kelsey podcast, so I learned a little bit. I bet there's a prenup. When you're worth over $1 billion, there's probably usually a prenup.
I mean, Kelsey's, I mean, I know you can always Google like net worth, and it's probably not accurate.
Net worth.
It's never accurate.
She's probably got at least 10x him, if not more. Probably more.
I mean, Taylor Swift, at least on just a standard Google search, is 1.6 billion.
Oh, then she's like 20x him.
1.6 billion. Let's see. Travis Kelce's net worth. Oh,
so like 770.
I see 70 here as well.
But then if you look up what he made just in 2024, he made over 50 million, and I'm like, how can he only be worth 70 if he made 50 million alone? Now that was his, I'm sure, best year ever, but he's probably worth more than 70. But then again, she's probably worth more than 1.6 billion. So she's
probably worth closer to maybe 2. That we don't know anything about.
But I mean, you're Travis, you signed that prenup knowing you can never ruin this marriage.
Well,
like,
and now
the amount of Swifties that will come after you, his life will be ruined.
Well, now does her music change? I mean, she's kind of had this music style of, you know, going through breakups and heartaches and this and that. Now everything's happy. Does her music take a hit, or does she change it up? Does she do something? I mean, not that I'm like, you know, a T Swift follower, so I don't really have a lot of skin in the game and wanting to know about all that. But
now that I think about it,
hot take.
Philly Sports Pride. Who cares? A lot of people. People in sports are watching us.
Hot take. This marriage ends up ruining. Well, not ruining. This is the downslide of Taylor Swift's career, and it might be the upswing of Travis Kelce's. I think they start going different directions now, because now he's got his podcast. He's got more producers and connections with his podcast and more connections with other things going on. She doesn't have the same writing style or music style that she starts falling off a little bit. I don't know. Hot take. Travis Kelce ends up closing the gap. What do you think, Scotty? First hot take of the night.
I was reading something. I wasn't listening.
Okay.
Bruh.
What did you say? Kelsey stops putting her on the map? Starts putting her on the map?
After this engagement and marriage, their stocks start going opposite directions. Travis Kelce starts rising. he's got connections through her for like podcasts and like growing his podcast, getting all these other deals going, all these other like, peripheral kind of businesses going. Whereas Taylor's kind of already at a peak, and doesn't have the same writing material that she used to.
She is probably at her peak coming off that crazy tour she went on and everything, but she does have an album coming out. So, and this album was all, I think, written while she was with Travis. So let's see how that album goes, Chris. I was reading the chat that what was the stat? Somebody said something about Jalen Hurts' stats in Super Bowl 59. That couldn't have been right. Hold on. Okay, none of that is right. Well, actually, that's not true. He had 72 rushing yards. He had 221 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. So one of your 3 stats was correct. If that's what you're...
Are you going back? You're looking at Philly's comment? Oh.
Well, you said Super Bowl 59. Now I have to go. You're talking about stats from a Super Bowl he lost? Who gives a fuck? You didn't mention the fumble that he gave up for a touchdown. You didn't mention that. I don't care about it. I don't take that L. I don't care about stats and an L.
Take an L on the way out.
No, he literally either doesn't know Roman numerals or he said Super Bowl LIX. That's 59. That was last year.
You know what else we can't count, Scotty? Is how many teams Deontay Johnson's been on in the last year. Scotty.
Is he on a team right now? I know he got cut.
He got cut. Yeah. Lots of cuts took place this past week, and they're, trimming down to those last final roster spots. But Deontay Johnson, in the last 18 months, has been on quite the journey. Going back to 2024, March 2024, Steelers traded wide receiver to the Carolina Panthers. Then, October 29th, happy birthday to me, Carolina Panthers traded him to the Ravens.
Was that your birthday wish?
That was my birthday wish, and it came through, and I was the happiest guy. All right, so that was October 29th of 2024. December 4th rolls around. Suspended.
Really crappy wish, by the way.
I know. It could. I should do better this year.
Yeah.
Suspended by Baltimore. Suspended by Baltimore. December 20th, activated by Baltimore, then waived by Baltimore. December 23rd, picked up by Houston, waived by Houston on January 14th. March 11th, free agency starts. He's a free agent. And then the Cleveland Browns signed him, and then they cut him starting at April 29th, 2025. So between March of 2024 and April of 2025, he's been with the Panthers, the Steelers, the Ravens, the Texans, the Browns, and now maybe a new team. It's
I think he's done.
He's having
maybe he's just not good anymore. Along with that, maybe he's just washed.
Yeah. So Deontay Johnson. So a lot. He's part of the cuts that have been going on. But yeah, teams are getting trimmed down, which means we have our 53-man rosters already just galvanizing right now. And so that means we are getting ready for our fantasy football for Action Lab. We're getting all of our contests ready. Scotty's going to be getting a lot of those put together. We will be launching those. Sunday is going to be one of our biggest shows, guys, leading up to the NFL season. One of our biggest shows. not only is Sunday our prediction show, we're going to do predictions on over-under totals for every team. We're going to do our playoff brackets and who's going to make it to the Super Bowl and who's going to win it. We're going to do all of those. All of our predictions will happen on Sunday. Also, we will be releasing our fantasy football links, and we will be releasing all of our Survivor and our Pick'ems and our Super contests that are all free to enter, and you will win prizes based off of if you finish at the top of those different contests. So you will not want to miss Sunday's show. It is the biggest show we have, and it will be absolutely must see. So tune in this Sunday, mark your calendars for the Action Lab this weekend, and we will get you all situated on everything from predictions to contests to everything you need for the NFL season. Let's see, what else do we got? Should never have left the Panthers. I think he went to the Ravens after Panthers, and they never used them.
Yeah. Ironically, he signed I believe, the exact same deal as a right tackle as Rashawn Slater did this offseason, and they both are out for a year now. That is a big loss for ATL Lab.
ATL Lab takes a hit. ATL Lab takes a hit.
Tweet. That's all I saw, Rec. It could be wrong. But I thought it was from like Shefty. I'm gonna have to look now. I don't know why I went to Schefter's Twitter. He's posts every 5 seconds.
Post every 5 seconds.
Oh. Because I thought it was 3 years, whatever. Let me find there's probably a picture of him on it, I think. It might not have been Shefty, though, either. So I could just be searching forever for nothing. He has like Rashi Rice photos in his thing forever.
Oh, did you get fooled by? Did you get Schefflered?
No, I'm not. I'm no. Guys. Come on now. I'm not Chris.
What? I don't know.
You fall for some stuff from time to time, Chris. Here it is. Yeah, I found it. And now this is at the Adam Schefter. And now both Chargers left tackle Rashawn Slater, Falcons right tackle Caleb McGarry signed contract extensions in the last month. Oh, I didn't read it. I did not get anywhere near what it said. They're not close to the same contract. They both signed contract extensions in the last month, and both suffered season-ending knee injuries. That's all we need to say.
Bruh.
Yeah, not great.
Mm-hmm. Well, one must be Kenny Pickett. Right off the top of my head, 3 times in their first 4 seasons. Can you give me like an era for the other one? Is it like recent? Is it like a while ago?
Is Trey Lance one?
Recent? Oh.
Oh.
No. I guess only traded once.
Yeah, because he's bounced around. I just
traded 3 times. Like how recent? When were they drafted? Because I don't know where to go at this point. What year they were drafted?
Hold on one sec. So let's see.
Can you give me a conference they were drafted by?
Hold on.
NFC. Okay. NFC East.
Yeah.
And recent. I mean, that's not recent. Wouldn't be
Rec just asked if which quarterback was traded three times. Sorry,
can people not hear Rec?
I think he went
full time. Billy just asked who y'all are talking to. Can y'all not hear me?
No,
we got you. I think we got you. We're good.
Rec asked, there's been 2 quarterbacks traded in the history of the NFL 3 times in their first 4 seasons. I guess Kenny Pickett is one. That was correct. The other was an NFC East quarterback.
I'll also give you. He's only been traded in the NFC. He has not played in the AFC.
Oh, so for a second I was like, but Carson Wentz would. He's been traded a bunch, but not.
Yeah.
Within the first 4 years.
Billy says Sam Howell in the chat.
Oh, it is Sam Howell. It is.
Yeah, because I was gonna say drafted same year as Kenny Pickett and traded the day before Pickett got traded again.
It is Sam Howell. Yep.
Sam Howell. Of course, Sam Howell.
Yeah.
Who's gonna have the better career, Sam Howell or Kenny Pickett?
Well, Sam Howell is currently a third string in
neither.
In Philly.
Neither.
I mean, at very least, Pickett's a second string, so at least like if something goes wrong
for the first 6 weeks, and then he might be a third string.
Yeah.
When Aiden O'Connell comes back, I bet he moves to third string.
Probably.
All right. Well, there you go. Now we learn you some knowledge here. You get to learn a little bit about, third string quarterbacks and why they matter,
They totally matter. They totally matter. Shedeur Sanders is the biggest talked about third string quarterback in the history of football.
Well, like I've said this in a couple of different places. Shedeur's the new Tebow. Where it's just like he takes 2 steps forward and it's a news headline.
I knew the Browns were going to be in an interesting spot when they took him, especially after. Did you see those like the things on social media this past week where teams there allegedly there was some collusion of teams getting calls to avoid Shedeur in the draft, and some of the details.
I have zero belief that that's true, and I'm down for a legitimate conspiracy theory. I don't understand why the NFL would say that.
Yeah, it's kind of I when you look at that at face value of like that update, I was like, and it faded fast too. It's not like that stayed around for a while, so that's how you know it's a little questionable where you're getting that information and how that's being distributed and the optics around it.
Yeah, and JT has a good point. Shedeur always runs backwards when he gets rushed. Yeah, so he's not taking a lot of steps forward. If he took steps forward, he might be more successful, but he likes to backpedal. And as I said, like before the draft, like he takes too many massive losses holding the ball and trying to make plays where he gets sacked 20 yards minus. Shut up, Rec. Your bark sounds very real.
You need one more bark in your band.
Hey, when you got 6 dogs, it's hard to keep them all quiet.
So Shedeur is
you're like the male version of a cat lady.
Well, no, I'm just pet sitting.
Sure.
Whatever you want to call it, Rec. Whatever you want to call it.
Which I don't actually own 6 dogs and 12 chickens, but it's still fun to watch.
One other news story, and then we'll get into our hot takes for the night, and we'll power through that, and then we're gonna get on to again Sunday's show is gonna be absolutely incredible. You don't want to miss it. But we have been doing this show on Twitch for quite some time. Going on, what is this? 4.5 years, something like that.
Close. Yeah.
And I feel like we haven't had, we've had, a lot of people jump in and, do the sports category once the football season comes around. Then we have a couple more people that kind of do the things we do a little bit. And, it's fine. But obviously we're the best at what we do in this platform. And we, we do it the best that anyone else can. We're the #1 sports talk show on Twitch. And I don't think it's particularly close. We have some rivals coming to Twitch, Scotty, very soon that
we do
might actually give us a little bit of a push, light a fire under us. Make this spicy, Scotty.
Who's this?
Former SportsCenter anchors Stan Verrett and Neil Everett are starting their own show on Twitch that will air Tuesdays and Fridays. This show will debut on September 9th and is expected to be a looser format of SportsCenter.
I'm not surprised they chose Tuesday and Friday to avoid.
They did,
We
yeah.
never stream on Tuesday and
No.
Friday. That was a safe play for them.
It's true. I mean,
super safe.
I
play.
was looking at that and I was like, They must have done their homework. They must have went out there and said, hey, we already have another sports show that's cornering the market on Twitch. We don't want to go head to head with them.
Yeah.
So we're going to pick.
Literally,
Yeah. So
they're dodge, duck, dip, diving, and dodging us right now.
but we got some more sports related talk
Maybe
shows.
we'll bring them on the stream one time. Just we don't have to be enemies.
I
We
mean,
can be
they
friends,
don't
Chris.
they don't know the ropes yet.
Let's put them on the map a little.
Let's put them on the map. They don't know the ropes with Twitch. They don't understand like the ins and outs of, building that community up and then really having engaging content. We could really put them in a spot. So I think honestly, it'll be good for us. I think it'll be good for us that we actually have some competition on this platform in the sports category because so far maybe we've run everyone out of town. Maybe that's just how it's been.
Yeah.
People just like, we can't do it as good as
Which
the
is-
boys
Can't
at the.
compete
We're
with the
friendly
premier.
We're friendly people, or at least Chris is.
If I say Scotty isn't really.
I can be if you agree with me.
If you pretend I'm smart, then yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if they stole your guys' material, says JT. They probably already have it
No.
scripted up that way.
Yeah.
I bet you it wouldn't shock me if all of a sudden you see them have their own hot take show and once it gets to their thing, once they have like
I
a
hear this show is called Take Action, Chris. So
yeah.
they're already just copying
One
the
of the
name.
guys is really mellow, like gives off a little bit of a stoner vibe, and the other gets really angry really quick.
yeah. I think they're gonna have to
good cop, bad cop.
Right. Yeah, you have to have
Balance.
balance.
Time.
You have to have balance. You can't have two rage machines on here, and you can't have two stoners either. You gotta have balance.
Chris, you're the bad cop, right?
That's right. That's
They
right.
have a third guy with 6 dogs.
yeah. Maybe
if they on their first show have their mod in the background with 6 dogs barking and chickens. What do chickens mean?
playing a harmonica,
Yeah.
playing a harmonica in the background, and then
I'll be like, "You son of a bitches!"
threatening to ban him every 5 seconds.
Well, now you're banned.
I mean, watch they steal all our sound
Now-
drops.
I'm gonna watch
They're
just
probably in the
now.
chat. They're probably actually in the chat right now, like, shit, they're onto us.
Yeah, see, we're on to you. We're on to you. It's this ain't no secret anymore.
I don't think they're panicked. They're like, "We don't give a fuck.
Stan?
We're just gonna do it."
Look at me in the camera. Stan, Neil, you got some work to do, and I don't know if you can climb that mountain.
They're better DEI though than us. They
Yeah,
don't have a lot of DEI.
they might have a little bit more production crew, but you know what? We're still king of the mountain. Still king of the mountain.
Yeah.
So, so we'll see. Maybe maybe they'll bring more sports fans to the category. We'll see, and then we'll pick up some of they'll find out we're more fun, and then we'll just suck the life out of their show, and then
We'll just suck the life out of the show. What the fuck?
we should do a collab
We'll
for sure.
start as friends, but then we will eventually end them.
That's true.
So this is our plot to completely betray them.
Listen, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
So-
just business.
If you're not
Just
first, you're last.
just business. But that being said, yeah. All right. Well, I think that's all the news stories I have for you. Again, like I said, we are getting into our hot takes in a second. But first, if you guys are new, make sure you guys are here this Sunday. We have a lot of announcements on contests. Code yellow for Scotty in the chat while I get these announcements out of the way. We will have Scotty will put together all of the fantasy football leagues. Rec, do we have a list do we need to put that list out of everyone who's interested in the Discord?
I tagged everyone to give me to say that they're interested in the Discord. I did that as we started.
Okay. All right. So go to the exclamation point Discord in the chat, guys. You have to go to the Discord. That's where we do a lot of our contests. That's where we have a lot of the sign up links and everything else. So make sure you go to the Discord in the chat. Click the link if you're not, and then we'll be able to get you all the information you need. If you're not able to make the show Sunday, which shame on you if you can't make it, you could always go to the Discord. So that being said, go check that out. Sunday, we'll announce everything. And then also we're going to give all of our predictions for the entire season. That is our over-under totals. That's our playoff predictions and championship predictions. Everything. We'll have all of it going on this Sunday. I believe I won the over-under total last season. I think for the second year in a row. So, you know.
Skywolf lost the super contest last year, but he chickened out and missed a couple of games so he wouldn't get the loser jersey.
Yeah, he knows how to manipulate it, you know? That's all. But a lot of fun contests. We got the Pick'em, we got the Super Contest, we have the Survivor, you name it, we got them. So make sure you tune in. All right, Crispy and Modest, but why? I'm just trying to make it clear. I'm just trying to just let people know and understand where we're at with, the hierarchy on predictions here on this show. So just saying. Oh, and then we also got to predict. We did this last year as well. We got to predict the awards as well. Which last year I think you had. Where's Doc?
It was apparently he's starting to get back to streaming. I don't know what he's been doing, but I remember it was me and Doc versus you and Scotty, and in typical Action Lab fashion, we tied.
Yeah, Doc.
You got the lucky picks though. We got the skillful picks.
Did you though?
You picked Jared Verse for Defensive Rookie of the Year. That was lucky.
Tell Doc he needs to get his ass on for week 1 with me. How about tell Doc he owes me. Let's get back on. We miss him.
I'm gonna give away some of my potential picks for some of those tonight as hot takes.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know if I'll go with it on Sunday, but
hot takes are hot takes for a reason. Now, I mean, just because they're hot takes doesn't mean they actually have to happen.
With it, I might see if I can bet it. Actually. I don't know if I can bet what this.
Actually, with the 500 record, Jeff Fisher would be proud.
Come on, Sergeant. What are we doing here?
That perfectly explains why these two are big Mike Tomlin fans.
I mean,
because being mediocre is perfect to them.
I mean, and
mediocre with a less than mediocre roster is.
Just say they're coming in hot, Sergeant.
I mean, you're making playoffs with Russell Wilson, Justin Fields combo last year. The year before, I don't even know who the fuck it was.
Well, let's get into it. Let's get into some of our hot takes, because that's what we're here for tonight. This is what we came for. Let's go ahead and get into our 2025 NFL hot takes. Now, this is always a popular segment on our show leading into the NFL season. A lot of you guys love this one. And, we really, again, these hot takes can be as wild and as, it's kind of like, what's that movie? The Purge? The Purge is kind of, where everything here you have during this segment is legal and open, and whatever ends up happening here, there's no, even though we're going to get a lot of steamy arguments. We're going to get a lot of hate. We're going to get a lot of spice. So either way, this is a safe zone for some of the hot takes that, hey, let's get them out there. Now, during this hot take segment, I want you guys in the chat to throw in your hot takes. And if there's any that blow Scotty and I out of the water that we're just like, oh, that's actually kind of interesting, and it catches our interest, we might gift out a sub to... Well, it's got to be good. I'm not gonna, if we get a bunch of just average ones, I'm not just gonna gift out a sub and reward you. This isn't what is this? Participation awards and stuff? No.
Yes.
I want to see something that's going to knock our socks off. That we're gonna be like, oh, actually, that's interesting. So if you guys want to throw those out there, this is the time to do it. But we are also going to be doing our hot takes on the season and what will be interesting. Now, there are like saying that like JT, Giants will make the playoffs.
Commies will not.
And Giants will lead the
league in Giants will lead league in sacks. That one's slightly interesting.
Yeah, so like I mean, Giants will make the playoffs. I think you also got to kind of back it up a little bit, maybe try to defend it. And the reason why. So like, you can't just throw out, oh, the Raiders are going to win the Super Bowl. Like throw in some interesting things to go with it. Like, so Raiders are going to win the Super Bowl because blah, blah, blah. And try to defend your argument. So just that.
I don't disagree. I disagree full-heartedly with the Giants making the playoffs. Commanders missing the playoffs, I think could definitely happen.
Yeah.
And the Giants will have a nasty defensive line. Problem is, is the offense good enough for them to like the other team to be throwing the ball a lot, or are they just going to run the ball and kind of take care of business in short passes and dump offs to win 21-3?
Makes sense.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I kind of want to go with that for my first, and this I'm going to go in light on my first one. I'm going to go in light on my first hot take.
A simmering take.
This is a simmering. It's a tiny little spicy take.
Spicy.
But I want to say that for my first one, I think. Actually, no. I was just going to say this. The NFC is going to be turned upside down with who makes the playoffs this season. I think that this is going to be a season where you're going to look at the NFC playoffs and not recognize a lot of teams that you might normally expect. Now, you have some certain divisions that are going to be super weird, right? NFC West is going to be, I mean, all those teams have a potential to win that division. You have the
Seattle.
NFC South. I mean, Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young, who knows? Maybe they come out of the South and you see the Carolina Panthers. Maybe you see the like the Arizona Cardinals or Seattle Seahawks make a run at the NFC. I just think you outside of the like let's just put the ones out there that we kind of know. Philadelphia, Detroit, and Green Bay are kind of the three. But even still, you could make an argument. Philadelphia, that no one's won that division twice in a row. And is this going to be the year? I don't know. But a lot of people are down on Washington. I've seen a lot of people. I don't even think Washington having a down season is a hot take this year, because Washington is a team that I think kind of overachieved. You have the sophomore slump. All of a sudden, you look at Dallas and you're just like, Dallas. What if Dallas won the division, and then, you know, things kind of pan out differently there? Like, I just think the NFC side of the playoffs, we outside of a couple teams at the top, it wouldn't shock me if you start seeing teams like Carolina or like the Cardinals or the Seattle Seahawks all of a sudden find their way in, and you're just completely turning it upside down.
Black Market says that that's a half serious take at best.
Well, that's part of what a hot take is. But one of my hot takes I thought was for sure going to be the Panthers win the South.
Yeah.
I looked into it a little more, Chris. And here's a little did you know moment. Did you know? And part of the reason I believe in the Panthers is because I think Bryce Young is going to play well this year. And I think that offense is going to be just fine. But did you know that the Panthers defense gave up, or as a team at least, the most points in NFL regular season history last year.
I did not know that actually.
In the history, I mean, granted, obviously we have recency of one more regular season game, so that affects it a little bit. But still, the most points in NFL history given up in a single season is by the Carolina Panthers last year. And so I was like, I want to give that take because I believe in Bryce Young and some of that. But man, I don't know if that defense can hang. I don't know if they can.
Yeah, who did they add on defense this year? They mostly did offense.
Not anything that's gonna drastically change that.
And, of course,
And yeah, they just
did
moved Adam Thielen, which I'm like, I don't think that's a huge loss for them. But maybe they're also understanding they're still in like building mode. They got to rebuild that defense badly. And what you by flipped, you mean like every division winner could be different this year
Correct.
in the NFC.
Correct.
So division winners last year: Eagles, Rams, Lions, Bucks.
Correct. Yeah. I think all that gets flipped. It wouldn't shock me if all of those, if we have all new division winners across the board in the NFC.
And
I mean, Lions and Packers. That'd be interesting.
I think Packers could. We're big fans of the Packers.
sure.
Where anybody could win the NFC West. NFC East, no one's doubled up in that one. And then the NFC South, that's a toss-up. Like, I mean, Buccaneers are always the sure thing, but I don't know.
Have you heard how high some pundits are on the Bucks this year? Like, I'm hearing Super Bowl talk with the Bucks.
Shit, that was one of my
Recently.
hot takes. I'm gonna have to pull back if all the
You-
media,
well-
if all the national news is on top of that.
I heard it recently, and I'm like, that feels a little aggressive to me. But as a hot take, that'd be one thing. But like picking it would be. I mean, that
Yeah.
Bucks team is only getting older and older.
So I do like that Bucks team though. Like I remember I had the hot take on the division previews
Yeah.
where there'll be a dark horse to make a deep run. They can make a deep run.
And I said,
All right,
and
I'm
I
off
said,
the Bucks for sure now.
and I said, how deep? And you said Super Bowl, and I was like, that's
I thought he said about 4 inches.
that's also true. Yeah.
Gotta give him that huck. Spit on that thing. You get me?
Michael, we got some in the chat here. Michael Penix Jr. prediction of Falcons having the best offense will be true. Pitts will have 80 receptions, 1,100 yards,
no.
and 10. Hey, if you want
No,
to jump,
JT.
JT.
It's a hot take.
JT, that's it.
He finally lives up to the billing.
He lives up to it. What is this, year 5?
Yes, it's year 5.
It's,
Also, Black Market.
Well,
Surgeon
what do you mean though by Falcons having the best offense? Like in the NFL?
Sounds like that's what it sounds like. We got a retro and a black market talking about the Vikings getting into the playoffs with JJ McCarthy.
which, by the way, I will say, in
They went 14-3 with Sam Darnold, so it's not like it's impossible. Were they a 14-3 team last year? Of course not. But I have literally no idea what JJ McCarthy is going to be.
With Carson
Like, some people
Wentz.
think he's just going to be the fucking. He's going to be way better than Sam Darnold, and some people think he might be the worst starting quarterback to ever exist. Like, there's such a wide spectrum
only one way
on
to find out.
JJ. And I don't like that JJ. He was always in just a run-heavy scheme in Michigan, and wasn't asked to do a ton. Didn't have to come back a lot. Like, those will be interesting things. But it helps that you have, Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson, Jordan Addison for most of the year, minus the first 3, and
They're
now
trending
Adam
Adam Thielen.
Thielen. Yeah, so
Adam
pretty good weapons. for him,
Thielen.
so.
By the way, talking about Atlanta, I didn't go through my entire list of like boring players for fantasy football, but they have one boring player alert on their offense. Drake London, the guy that's gonna like carry your team. Go draft Drake London if you have a chance. Middle
You think he's
round.
boring?
I think he's a little boring. He's
a top. He was a top 10 pick like 3
yeah,
or 4 years ago.
but no one really.
in the draft.
I feel like it's the division he's in, and then the quarterback situation, and they're just like, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of he's not as hyped as a lot of these other young receivers. I don't know. I just don't get the vibe that people like. He's kind of I feel like a boring name. Maybe he's not. Maybe. Is he a boring name or is he a sexy name, chat? I don't know.
I don't know if he's sexy, but like
He's not boring. It's not like he's Michael.
So he's just
Yeah.
perfectly average, which kind of puts him in the boring.
Boring for me usually just means they're old. Like they're just old.
Like
You don't wanna pick 'em.
like
You
James
wanna get
Conner.
the
James
high
Conner.
ceiling guy that hasn't hit their peak yet.
I'm a little biased on James Conner. I liked him in Pittsburgh, so I wouldn't call him. Maybe some people do.
Oh.
I wouldn't.
No, James Conner is an incredibly boring pick.
Yeah, he's boring.
in fantasy football.
He's boring, but he's gonna win
And
you your
that's not-
fantasy league.
That's not a shot at James Conner.
No.
It's just like he's just boring.
I'm telling you, my
as a fantasy football.
boring player list.
There's no upside there. You kind of are like there's a decent floor, but there's not a huge upside.
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah, like James Conner, the Chubba Hubbards of the world, the Chase Browns of the world, where no one's really super like yeah, they're fine. But they're gonna produce. I'm telling
James Conner was by far the boringest of those three.
That's true. That's true. I mean,
I don't think boringest is a word, but I made it.
it is. It's a word now. You or just all that. It doesn't really
When
matter.
you think boring, you usually think of like Evan Ingram.
That guy is boring as well.
Wait, it's hot take day. Oh boy, almost missed it. We're only like one hot take in.
Yeah.
Scotty just did his about the Carolina Panthers.
I said I kind of thought about it.
Oh, you
but-
thought about it.
And,
I
and
don't know
then
if
he
it's an
decided to
official-
pull back.
And then he pulled back.
because I read that they were the single
Worst defense ever.
worst, most given up points in a season ever last year. I'm like, I don't know how you overcome that. I want them to, because my hot take, Chris, my original hot take, and let's just keep it. Fine,
Keep
Fuck
it.
Carolina's winning the NFC South. The South is getting rebooted, and two teams that combined for 9 wins last year between Carolina and Jacksonville Jaguars will both win the divisions in the South.
Really, the Jaguars.
And they might both have losing records. I'm not
Ooh.
sure, Chris.
Can I? Okay. Can see? And here's the thing: you and I are on similar paths here because one of my hot takes was Trevor Lawrence turns into that guy.
Reboot.
He turns into one of my hot takes. Trevor Lawrence will have a 30+ passing touchdown season this season, and he will take the Jaguars further than they've ever gone this season. And there's been all of this speculation of, is he the guy? Is he going to live up to the expectations? This is the year. This hot take. Trevor Lawrence lives up to his draft hype and throws for 30+ touchdowns this season. The Jags are going to be relevant in their division.
Listen, I'm a little nervous about their secondary on defense, but the Jags offense, I mean, Trevor Lawrence obviously missed a lot of time after some vicious hits last year. But you have a nice combo of Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne Jr. at running back. Brian Thomas Jr. is probably going to insert himself as a top 10. I mean, he led rookies in receiving yards last year. Going to probably solidify being a top 10 wideout in the league. You obviously have Travis Hunter there. You have De'Ami Brown that they've added. They just traded for Tim Patrick. I don't know how much of a difference that makes, but still, it's something. Offensive line's decent. Defensive backfield is the most concerning thing for me, but it's a bad division. I mean, the AFC South is
Bad division.
not good.
It's terrible.
I also did say in our stream before that one of my hot takes was the Colts win the division. Colts or Jaguars? fuck.
I mean,
the Titans
these
and-
are this,
Titans or Texans. Maybe my hot take should just be that the Texans definitely missed the playoffs.
the
I don't believe in the Texans this year. I don't know what they're doing offensive line wise. I'm very confused by that.
Should we just add them?
But yeah, but real quick, while we're talking about Jacksonville, I have another hot take with Jacksonville.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Ish.
Ish.
I wish I should. Well, it is with Jacksonville, but like, I probably wanted to be more of a surprise. This is more a fun take than a. I mean, it's a hot take, but it's more like it would be super cool if somehow this happened. Yes. But this arguably would be the greatest individual accomplishment in NFL history if this happened. That's how hot it is. It's super hot. But
Travis
also
Hunter or Brian Thomas?
Travis Hunter will win Rookie Offensive Player of the Year
And
Rookie
okay.
Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
He'll win both. He's gonna win both.
I wouldn't
Let's
call
go.
that a hot take. I feel like that's a pretty common take.
Is that
I
nobody? There's 0% chance that
well,
happens.
it's never happened, and the precedent of that actually
Every NFL player that asked before he entered the league said there's no shot he can play both sides.
Yeah.
So for everyone to just being like, well, that's not a hot take, people just predict that to happening is wild because every NFL player is like, he can't possibly do that.
Well, yeah, the media. I would say that just sounds like something from the media. The players themselves would definitely call that a hot take.
I think the media, if it's even close on both sides, will obviously vote for him because that would be a fascinating thing.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool. That'd be so fucking cool.
I mean, this is
to have a
assuming
guy win.
he stays healthy. Assuming he stays healthy,
Well, yeah,
and
gonna stay healthy to win those.
he's going to be.
Why are you putting that juju out there?
I'm just saying. That's the big thing. If he's playing both sides at a high level, there's a lot of reps. So, but yeah, if I'm with you though. I don't. It's going to be a hard thing to do, but a lot of Jacksonville love on the hot takes.
Staying in the AFC
Can't
South.
Jags win the Super Bowl? No.
No, hell no. So staying in the South, the Houston Texans will be the first team in the AFC to win the division with the losing record.
Houston Texans.
You kind of touch on that on the division preview.
They're gonna. I mean, I'm with you. I hate what they did in the offseason. I just have exactly zero faith on everybody else. I don't trust the Titans. I don't trust the Jaguars, even with Travis Hunter. I don't trust the Colts.
I do think they have the best defense in the division, and
Which is not saying much.
likely the best quarterback.
Also not saying much.
But usually that's a recipe to winning the division. But I'm picking against them, so fuck them.
I mean, they probably have the best coach in the division, too. Well, I guess we don't know about Liam Cohen. But for now, I'd say they have the best coach in the division.
Duval. We still don't know how he still. I don't know. I still don't think he knows.
Apparently, like a week or two later during rookie camp, they had him redo it, and he did it a whole lot better.
Hot take. It gets worse. His Duval. It gets worse as the season goes on.
It already got better. So good luck
what's
with
good,
that.
Unknown? How we doing? Unknown, by the way, asking for all the fantasy football. That's going to be released on Sunday, Unknown. So make sure you tune in Sunday night when we release all of the links for all of the fantasy football.
We're
And
gonna have to do it before that, Chris.
well, or some of the fantasy football stuff is going to happen on the Discord.
Rec, you got to be on Discord.
Yeah.
Rec will send out maybe tomorrow, Rec, if you're available once you get up, to put out something of the interest. And then I will reach out with people that are interested with links because we might have to draft, Chris. I mean, I leave town on Wednesday. We might have to draft on like Monday night.
Get a draft going. Get it going. Back to back.
So, well, we'll see. The
Currently,
interest.
looks like there's 7 people interested. Of course, you two make 8 and 9.
Oh no, I'm not interested. I just dominated it too much. I should just take myself out of it. I've been too good at it.
So yeah, so stay tuned. Thank you. Finally, I will tune in. Of course, you better.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't reply to your message that you sent me about fantasy. But that's because I didn't know when I was going to feel the call to take action on that.
All right, so we've had a couple overlapping hot takes throughout some of these. One of the ones that this is kind of I'm going against the grain here. And I've said this before, but it's about your boys, Rec, and it's not necessarily a hot take. I think this is maybe it is if I'm going against history, but the Steelers run is over. The Steelers run, I'm officially putting my stamp on it. They're not making the playoffs this year, Rec, and they're going to actually be what? I'm going to say the Steelers are. Should I go 2-3 games under 500 for the first time in a long time? And they're going to have an outright losing season. Because, like, you know, we always assume, like, the floor of the Steelers, like, the defense. It's the defense.
The floor is the ceiling.
The floor is and the defense, right? The defense is what's going to carry this team. But, like, all right, so you have the defense. Let's just say because DK Metcalf comes in. He's like, this is the best defense I've ever seen. And so you're taking this, the kind of the blueprint of this roster. But, like, you forget what happened last year with the Jets, right? Jets, they had a good defense. They had a pretty good D. And who was their quarterback? Aaron Rodgers. And what happened? And what happened with that situation? Now the coaching situation's better here, but I will say it's kind of a similar.
That's not. I mean, agree, but that's not. That's a very low bar you're setting.
And then you look at the defense. All right, so we're talking about the best defense that DK Metcalf has ever seen, and they got older from last year. Like, I think this is an older defense based off of bringing in.
They made a lot of lateral moves.
Like Ramsey is on the bad end of 30, and then Slay, isn't he like 35 or something crazy?
Yeah, Darius Slay. This is gonna be his last year in the NFL.
So, like, I mean, the defense that they're talking about is like, oh, this is gonna be such a great defense, and it's getting older, and the older defenses get, the more injured they get. If they fall off, or if this defense falls off, even you know, from let's just say 5th to 9th. Or 10th. Like, it's going to be an absolute struggle for this team. And I just think everything culminates into one bad season for the Steelers where they end up being 3 games under 500. They start changing everything. Aaron Rodgers is gone. You got Tomlin. He's probably going to be gone. And you're going to have a full reboot in Pittsburgh. At the next season. Next season,
that requires the Steelers to reboot in the first place.
This roster is going to be completely new next year.
A lot of our takes have been lining up, like you talked about, Chris. And I didn't know if I was going to go with this take, but since you brought up the Steelers, I will go the opposite route, actually, with this one.
Oh,
really?
Partially to piss a wreck off.
Partially to piss.
And it's like, wait, I thought you were taking the good thing. I am, with a caveat. I think, here's a hot take. I don't know if I believe it at all, but it'd be fun to talk
I don't know if I believe it.
No one believes what you're about to say, but it's cool. This is
Aaron
a safe
Rodgers has a renaissance. All right. Last season, he has a Brett Favre Minnesota Vikings, like, triumphant return, everything on the line. The Steelers have their best season they've had in a long time. They win the AFC North with a defense that has, I mean, you talk about these guys being old, but Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, to go with Porter Jr., like, you have plenty of talent in the secondary. You still got TJ Watt. You still got what's the other end that's still trying to get paid? Oh, Highsmith. I was talking about Hayward, Cameron Hayward.
The slice rate of Howell that narrows it down.
Yeah.
This other greatly good pass rusher.
DK on the outside is going to have a great year with, you know, all these things. They win the division. Rec is so excited. He's thrilled to the moon. He's like, we're making a Super Bowl run. And then just like every other year, Chris, it comes crashing down in the playoffs, and they lose in the first. Like, and he would be fine with that because I don't know if Rec likes the Steelers more than his hatred for Rodgers. I think it's pretty close.
I still like the Steelers more than I hate Rodgers easily.
I would agree with that, but you hate Rodgers a lot. So, like, this is one season where, like, if they fail, I'd be totally fine with that. And instead, they do the opposite. and they succeed, and then they lose in the playoffs. Of
I mean,
course,
it's the
in
thing
Steelers
that
fashion.
the thing that would piss me off is that that's the most.
That's
That would make there'd be no changes.
That's the
Yeah,
worst.
Rodgers may
That's
not
the
play another
worst thing
season.
that could happen in Pittsburgh.
There'd be
I
no
completely agree.
changes.
Yeah. No, the thing that pissed me off about that is how predictable that actually is. It's like, oh, they're actually doing good. They could do something. Maybe they're okay. Nope, they're down 48-0 in the first round. Cool. It's not even halftime. That's the most predictable thing, and I hate it.
That would set you up for another year of Tomlin. That would set you up for trying to put a roster around a team that needs a lot of work. And
Oh, Scotty, do you want to know the absolute worst part about that?
What's that?
Rogers says he's not. He says that he doesn't know if he's done yet this year or not. So if he does have that renaissance season, we're probably getting another year of Rogers.
Renaissance is that?
It's my quarterback.
Renaissance. But if he gets a renaissance, we're getting another year of him.
wow.
And,
Okay.
and we're passing on this great quarterback draft so we could pick up. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe a corner since we've got a bunch of old ones.
I hope you're right. The Steelers suck. Rodgers didn't play that bad last year. He didn't. He didn't play good.
Well, one thing I saw, Rodgers was one of the big. I think he was the second biggest stat patter of the year last year.
Yeah, that's what he's throwing out some.
Watch Rodgers lose 10-9 to the Broncos. I don't know.
I mean, Justin
that
Fields
good?
beat the Broncos 13-10.
Yeah, well, there you go. So Justin Fields is better than Aaron Rodgers. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Also, one thing to go with your thing, Chris. I feel like usually Mike Tomlin's good about playing his starters. Aaron Rodgers sat the whole preseason. So did DK and so did a couple other guys. So week 1 revenge game against the Jets, probably a loss. Week 4, the Ireland game against the Vikings. Apparently the owner doesn't understand that jet lag exists, so we're going to lose that game because of jet lag. And then you have a tough back end, so there is merit to that. I'm not going to go for it because it's the Steelers, and I'm just going to say that they're going to go 9-8 because that's what they do.
Chris, don't you feel with how low Rec is on the Steelers this year that they're going to have a great year?
I mean,
A little
he
bit.
has been
There's
talking down on his boys quite a bit. Yeah, he's been a little bit down on him too much, and I'm kind of worried about it.
Here's one of my best bets for next week. I took the Jets Jets plus 3.
You know what's crazy about the last, like your take on the Steelers and my take on the Steelers is you have them high, I have them super low, and what's going to happen? They're going to do the Steelers thing and be completely average again, and it's just going to be like the same old shit.
To be clear, mine was a very hot take. It was more just wanting Rec to like get excited and then feel misery again.
That's
while also rooting for a quarterback that he hates.
Yeah, I'm done getting excited.
All right.
And you'll say that, but no, it'll be there.
All right.
It'll be there.
I'm done until they win a playoff game.
Let's go with who wants to go next? Anyone? If you have one, I have a couple. Rec, you have one.
I have the Cardinals as a playoff team. I think that I do like Jonathan Gannon as a coach. Surprisingly, I think he's going to surprise some people.
Do you have fire in your gut?
Yep, he's got that fire in his gut. The Cardinals going to have that fire in their gut. There's actually going to be 3 teams to make the playoffs from the NFC West. Cardinals are going to be one of them.
3 teams to make it. So who doesn't make it?
Seattle. That team is AIDS.
Not according to Colin Cowherd, who has them winning that division.
Look. It's so bad that they had to cut one of their starting receivers because he was that bad. That's the state of the receiver core.
I don't know if it's a bad thing if you're cutting one of your starting, where maybe you're just good otherwise at wide receiver.
No, they're cutting Marcus Valdes-Scantling because he was one of the starters.
Oh no, he was not going to be a starter, and I would cut Marcus. I could go on a whole different.
I was just saying on their depth chart, it was obviously Jason, Cooper Kupp, and MVS. Because now they're going to have like a 5th rounder starting.
Can I talk about maybe we'll save this for a different stream, but I don't think we talk about the greatness of Mahomes enough on this stream, Chris.
God
And I'm glad you brought up MVS. Every wide receiver that leaves the Chiefs, minus Tyreek Hill to an extent, but he's just different, right? Every other wide receiver that leaves the Chiefs fails epically wherever they go. They don't do a damn thing. And what do they do with the Chiefs? They win Super Bowls. By being like a leading wide receiver on the team. Something to think about. Just saying.
All right, so Rex take is 3 teams from the
Cardinals.
3 teams
Cardinals winning it, but and then 3 teams.
from the NFC West make the playoffs, which again is kind of going hand in hand with my turning everything upside down in the entire NFC, right? All the new division winners across the board, maybe they're one, I don't know. All right. Let's go.
Go ahead, Chris. Fire one off, and then I'll fire off my favorite one of the day.
I got I think one maybe I got a couple more, I think. I have some like just average ones, but I have some. All right. I'm going to go. This is the year that Bryce Young passes CJ Stroud as the hype quarterback from that draft, reclaims the top spot, and elevates his game higher than CJ Stroud, going hand in hand with your hot take with the Panthers winning the division. I think the optics change and people will see Bryce Young as the future better quarterback than CJ Stroud. Hot take.
Listen, I think Stroud is going to be behind a really bad offensive line. I think Bryce Young got into rhythm the second half of last year. I do think Stroud has the best weapon in Nico Collins, for sure. But I don't think that's that crazy of a take.
Everyone is hyped.
I'm worried about CJ. CJ likes to throw it downfield. He's a downhill thrower. And when you don't have protection in time, that doesn't work.
Buy low on Bryce Young. Bryce Young is going to be the guy. And yeah, I think he's going to all of a sudden be like CJ.
That's what Sky was saying like an hour ago.
CJ who? CJ who? Captain, damn, that's a good one too. I do like CJ though. Tides are changing. All right, Scotty, you said you had another one.
Yeah, this is my favorite. This is like a 2-parter. And it involves your boys, Chris. It involves your boys.
Geez.
Here we go. Did you
listen,
take?
And some will just say I'm just following the Nick Wright train.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
I don't know that it's wrong, and I think I've mentioned before on the stream how Nick Wright kind of compares Bo Nix to a different quarterback. Recently that played or started in the NFL. His name's Mac Jones, Chris. And just real quick, before everyone scoffs at that, Mac Jones, rookie year, played better than anyone ever expected, made the playoffs, got blown out by the Bills in the playoffs. He threw, and granted, this was back in the day when he only played 16 games, Chris, for 3,800 yards that year. Okay? 3,800 yards. Bo Nix in 17 starts in 2022, led the Broncos to the playoffs, got blown out by the Bills. 37.75. So just under him. I think we see Bo Nix regress this year. I think we see Bo Nix become Mac Jones. I think we see a guy that, like, once defenses are able to, he's a little predictable. They do a lot of underneath stuff, a lot of quick passes, a little bit. Maybe that's a shot at their run game, but maybe they feel their run game's better this year, so they won't do that as much. And to compound that, Chris, with that occurring, the Broncos, a lot of media darlings, Love the Broncos. The Broncos will actually finish dead last in the AFC West. Listen, as Nick Wright pointed on his stream, when you look at the 10 wins from the Broncos last year, do you know how many wins came against quarterbacks that will be starting for a team this year?
2.
Two, Chris.
Justin
2.
Fields.
2.
Baker.
No, they lost to Justin Fields. These are wins.
His wins.
His
Yeah.
wins.
My bad.
Yes. 2 of his 10. I think Baker was the only good one. I think it was actually, technically it's 3. I think Nick Wright did say 2, but I think it's 3 because you have Bryce Young. They did beat Bryce Young, and then they beat Aaron Rodgers 10-9. So maybe he was saying that remain on their teams. I don't know, because obviously Aaron Rodgers is changing teams. Remaining a starter for their team that they beat 2 out of 10 last year, Chris, of their wins. Another fun fact about the Broncos, if you just want to Google real quick, the team that was the healthiest and lost the least amount of games to injury in all the NFL last year, Chris, do you know who number 1 is?
Credit the strength and conditioning staff. We have a great one over here. It's fantastic.
I mean, that's such bullshit.
Give those guys an MVP because they kept us healthy.
So Chris knows. The answer is, and you're correct, Chris, you won the trivia. The Denver Broncos were the single healthiest team in the NFL last year, losing the fewest games to injury.
So, Diacolo, you're wrong.
Little harder schedule.
It's
It's a little harder schedule than their schedule was the year before. You have expectations now. The moment they start doing bad, I think people start turning on Sean Payton a little because we've all know that Sean Payton is kind of a dick of a human being, a good football coach, but a dick of a human being.
Yep.
And that works when you're winning, but when you're losing, it can spiral real fucking quick. The only caveat is they have it's what you would think is a very easy start to the season, but if they don't come out of the gates and just dominate these teams, I think they opened with Tennessee, the bells will be alarmed already. And this is a very good AFC West. I think the Raiders will be much improved. The Chargers won more games than the Chiefs did the Broncos did last year. Nobody won more than the Chiefs in the regular season. Sorry. So yeah, my hot take is Bo Nix has a quintessential, at least sophomore slump. And with that, they don't stay as healthy. They don't win some tight ones. And they turn on Sean Payton a little bit and they finish last in the AFC West.
So JT
Boom.
in the chat, Brock Bowers will lead the NFL in receiving yards.
I don't even know how you argue that. I think, Chris, you might agree with me now.
No, I don't. I think that's the hottest take that no one really believes. There's
That's how it happens.
no.
I don't think that's the hottest take I said tonight.
So the Broncos have been overhyped, and the defense I think is what's going to keep the Broncos in a lot of these games. Even if Bo Nix does take a step back and he's not as good, the defense is still good. My hot take would be this defense is going to be worse. I would if I had a Broncos hot take, it would be the defense is mediocre at best. That would be my hot take.
Which, if that's the case, there's a good shot they finish last. In the
If
division.
that's the case,
you're just kind of feeling Sky's hot take. I'm not going to lie here.
But I'm not. It's a hot take for a reason. I don't believe this. But the fact that the defense played so well last year to top what they did is going to be pretty difficult. They did have an easier schedule, but at the same time, I think if you're going to go with that hot take, it's not the Bo Nix. I think it's the defense isn't as good as what everyone's hyping up, and that's why. So the defense ends up falling flat and being middle of the road, and they finish last.
Traditionally, defenses have the highest threshold for change year to year.
Yeah,
it's hard to stay elite defensively every year.
So, and actually, much
harder than offense, I will say.
One of my mild takes was Chargers finished last in the division, only because that offensive lineman that they lost early, their superstar, is going to be a massive hit. That was one of mine, but it was just like, it's not even a hot take anymore because a lot of people are kind of further down on the Chargers. But okay, all right.
Don't forget they have a running back that's still dealing with a fireworks accident.
That being said, Broncos win the division. Hey,
Nicolo, you're both wrong.
Adorable thought.
Don't do that, Chris. Defend your Broncos.
Everyone, I think someone else in the chat said something about the Chiefs not winning the division. That's their hot take. Although they said the Chargers would win it.
I mean, it's not a hot take that the Chiefs won't do. I think there's a lot of people
picked by everyone every year.
There's a lot of people that are saying the Chiefs aren't going to win the division this year.
And then these people that have been wrong for 8 straight years, like Jason McIntyre, the year the Chiefs don't win the division, because eventually it will happen. We'll see. Like, see, I told you I'm a genius, and I'll be like, fuck off. Like, come on.
All right, I'll do another one here.
All right.
We're gonna go with. All right, we're gonna go with this one. We were talking about the NFC West. Rec, you like the NFC West a lot. NFC West. Hot take. The San Francisco 49ers are going to win 12 games and have a resurgence and make a run into the playoffs deep into the AFC or NFC championship game.
If they weren't as injured as they already are, I would be completely on board with that. Injuries again coming in.
It lost a lot. All right, but so here's the thing. Like, we're looking at, like, oh man, like, we're looking at that offense, right? So, like, you know, Ayuk's gonna miss. There's offensive line concerns. There's receiver depth issues. But you could actually say that happened last year, right? Like, I mean, Ayuk wasn't there all last year, missed a ton of time. The O-line was still a concern last year. The Niners finished 9th in DVOA, offensive DVOA last season. With all of, like they had a hellish season and finished top 10 in offense. And was like, all right, well, they're still dealing with the same stuff. And then they have Pearsall, they got Jennings, they got McCaffrey healthy going into a season. They got still a great offensive coach. Salah's back, right? Isn't he back?
Yep, Salah is back.
So he's back as the coordinator, which he was a great fit there. They have an easier schedule. They still have a bunch of all pros on that team. And so I'm just thinking to myself, you know what? This is a bounce back year. Brock Purdy, he was on my boring list of like guys who might help you win your fantasy league. He's a boring guy, but he got paid and he's got, you know, a decent team around him. So
his wide receiver 1 is Juwan Jennings.
Hot take: the 49ers win 12 games and they make it to the NFC Championship game.
It definitely could happen, but keep in mind, you talked about the offense, but they lost. Chris, as you should know more than anybody, a lot on defense.
Yep, we got a lot of their guys. I mean,
but got a couple of their guys that. But the safety and linebacker that people think are
one guy that he can't pronounce.
Big loss.
I mean, Robert Saleh can elevate a defense. I think that's where I think this is going to be.
I can agree with that
when they're really good. I don't know. I mean, I think he's a very good defensive coordinator, so very well could. But I think they've had good defensive coordinators.
He's probably like a top 5 DC in the league
that haven't worked out, but. I don't hate Robert Saleh re-signing. Obviously, Shanahan knows how to win a lot of games and put the offense in favorable positions, even regardless of talent. You still have George Kittle, Ricky Pearsall is an exciting player going into year 2. Jennings, although isn't he unhappy with contract? I don't know where that's at.
He's still playing. He's unhappy, but he's now holding out or holding in. He's playing.
They say it's a calf injury, but I think it's more he's not happy with his deal. So
yeah,
Juwan Jennings is unhappy. Brandon Ayuk, we'll see when he returns. That would be an uptick for sure if he turns in the Brandon Ayuk of 2023. obviously didn't play a ton last year, but he held out last year. And then you remember he was actually kind of like had some really bad drops early on in the year before getting hurt. Christian McCaffrey obviously wasn't healthy last year for the most part. So if he can stay healthy, obviously that's an if. It's a year-to-year unknown. And how much does he have left in the tank? But I listen, it's not wildly wild. I don't know that it will happen, but it's not crazy.
It's definitely. I feel like the people are like kind of the wait and see on Brock Purdy. I feel like they're like
Kind of relief. Do we like that guy, Sky
Yeah,
Moore?
do we like that guy?
Ask
Not if
Scotty
you want
about
your
that.
receiver to catch the ball.
Good old Sky
Yeah.
Moore.
Yeah, so
Dude's dropped like 3 passes in preseason. And he only got thrown to like 4 times. It was wild.
real quick,
Maybe he
who's
just
the-
needed, and he said he needed a reboot with another team. Like he's in his head, but like he might be ruined for good. He's probably ruined for good.
So who's
I
the
wouldn't count
worst
on Sky Moore for
receiver?
anything,
Who's worse, Sky Moore or Quentin Johnston?
which was a miss by the Chiefs.
I think weirdly enough, I think Sky Moore is the worst. I think they're both bad. They're both bad.
And JT says Purdy might get benched.
I mean, that would be something. Consider
the backup is Matt Jones.
that would if that happened after they just paid him what they paid him, that would be an absolute disaster for the San Francisco 49ers. That would be an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
But it's a take. Is it considered a hot take to say the Lions will win the Super Bowl now or have passed? I think that passed that win. I think people.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not a
think that's
super
crazy
hot take.
I mean, they went.
It's
14-2
a
last year,
mild
14-2,
take.
Whatever.
It's pretty mild.
I think it'd be a bigger hot take, and I could argue it if you want that the Lions missed the playoffs altogether.
Wow.
I don't-
Even with the return of Aiden Hutchinson.
I'm just saying, and I think they had the biggest point differential and best offense in the league last year. I think when everyone talks about the Lions from last year, they were just so all in and everything was going great. And obviously, then they got hit by a ton of injuries, right? Ton of injuries. Now they're bringing a lot of those guys back healthy, and I think there might be a mentality through camp. And I know Dan Campbell's gonna just try and press the issue and make them focus, but like, there might be a mentality here of like, all right, now we're healthy, everything will just fit into place. But what if it doesn't again? That doesn't always happen. You lose your offensive and defensive coordinators to head coaching jobs that were both, from what it seems like, really good at what they did. Dan Campbell seems to be a good head coach, but he's not a play caller. He's not defensive play caller. Like, he's not calling plays. He's not doing any of that. I don't think he's really a scheme guy. He's just a motivator and big balls guy that will make the call to go for it on 4th down when a lot of guys wouldn't. Like, but what if those start going the different direction and those don't work out this year and Jared Goff struggles? Listen,
Let's
that's just me arguing a hot take that somehow the Lions don't make the playoffs.
let's take that and just make it a hot take. Let's make it a hot take. The NFC North division flips the opposite of what it was last year, where the Bears win the division, Packers finish 2nd, Vikings 3rd, Lions 4th, and Caleb Williams is a top 8 quarterback in the NFL this year with that offensive line.
I can't get on board with the Bears, but you go off. You go off.
I'm with you this
I don't even think I can argue it. I want to believe in the Bears. We were high on the Bears last year.
We were high on the Bears last year. They got that offensive line. That's all. It's literally they just brought in dudes.
Well, I think Caleb Williams is a problem. I think he's a big problem, unfortunately for them. And obviously, he's only year 2 of being the number 1 overall pick. But like, I think he's a problem. I don't think he's good at reading, and maybe with time he'll get better. But I don't know if he's good at reading like coverages. I don't know if he's good at adjusting line schemes at the line of scrimmage to shift to a potential blitzer. And then none of it's his fault. And then it looks like it's the offensive line's fault, right? Because the guy comes in free, but like some of that should be checked at the line of scrimmage based off what you're seeing. And I just don't know if he knows how to see it, Chris.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think he was given any control for the line of scrimmage.
And
last
Ben
year.
Johnson's a complicated offensive play mind, so I think it'll take time, especially with a young quarterback. Like,
Yeah, Ben Johnson did give some very concerning
have to
comments about Caleb a couple weeks
rein
ago.
back quite a bit of what he probably wants to do with a vet like he did with Jared Goff and a really good offense in Detroit. But they have weapons. I like Rome. I love Rome.
Yeah.
Offensive line should be better. DJ Moore is still really damn good.
Colston Loveland.
They got weapons. They drafted Colson
They-
Loveland. They still got
They had
Komet.
Cole Komet. Like, they got weapons.
They
They
had
got
one of the-
everything around.
best overhauls of any team in the offseason this past year on the offensive side of the football, at least with all the
Repeat offseason champions.
probably behind the Bears this year because of Ben Johnson. They drafted a tight end. Yeah. The Bears? The Bears. All right. And I have a bunch of other mild takes that are kind of, whatever. Like, I mean, everyone's down on the Commanders. I almost think it's more of a hot take to take the Commanders to go far again. So let's just do one on the fly here. Everyone hates on the Commanders. Hot take. Commanders make it back to the NFC Championship. No sophomore slump for Jaden Daniels. And they actually make it to the Super Bowl this year.
Them making the Super Bowl is definitely a hotter take than them missing the playoffs, no doubt.
Like, I feel
No
like
doubt.
everyone, it's not even a hot take anymore. It's like everyone's expecting the Commanders to fall on their face this year. And I'm just like, they made they made it far last season. They weren't a pushover team and they played well in their division. They could win that division. Maybe they do. And okay. All of a sudden we have these hot takes on the fly that all of a sudden
Yep.
kind of sound all right.
Captain Urban has a great one. Lamar Jackson will have a bad year, and the Ravens will have under 10 wins. Love to see it.
Ooh.
So the thing I can attest to
I don't know
that.
if it's going to happen, but would love to see it.
There's a trend I've realized in fantasy football.
Yeah, no.
Whoever has the best,
Let's cool down that Lamar hype a little train a little bit.
whoever has the single best season in fantasy football
JC
always
says
falls off a
Commanders
cliff the
finished
very
last.
next year.
They won some crazy games last year.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
everyone's
sometimes-
saying.
But sometimes having an elite quarterback allows you to win some crazy games.
I think the hotter take with Lamar Jackson is he's going to take him to the Super Bowl and win. Hey.
I mean,
That's
well,
awesome.
that's not a hot take. That's a wrong take.
just saying.
Literally, that would be the hottest take. The Ravens winning the Super Bowl would be the single hottest take we've had on this stream.
Yeah. So
I think-
with Lamar Jackson, there's always a thing in fantasy football where
I mean, that'd be crazy.
whoever does the
Did we
best.
lose
in
Rec,
fan-
by the way, or can I just not hear him anymore?
I could hear.
See, I can't hear Rec anymore. It's been nice.
It's been
So
Sometimes I have to click back on the VDO Ninja, and then I can hear him again. It's interesting.
Hi.
Now I hear him again.
Yeah.
So yeah, what I was trying to say earlier. So there's a trend in fantasy football where whoever does the best, the single best fantasy player, falls off a cliff hard the next year.
And
Last year it was Lamar Jackson that was the single best fantasy player.
is
Not
the
just at quarterback, at all positions.
is the Madden curse still a thing? Isn't
really.
Isn't Saquon on there? I didn't know if that was still like
It's not really a curse anymore.
it's not. Is
pretty much-
it's kind of fallen off.
Canada,
It
what
is.
the hell are you smoking?
All right, here we go. Josh Allen suffers a season-ending injury, and Mitch Trubisky leads the Bills to a Super Bowl. I mean,
What drugs are you on?
ooh, Mitch Trubisky.
That's a welfare check. That's what that is. And we're gonna have
I like
someone
it,
sent
though.
to your house to make sure.
Yeah, you gotta. Hey, I would subscribe to that. Says Captain.
shoot your shot. I guess.
Yeah. So I had Commanders. So we kind of talked about flipping that. What everyone's talking about. Also, I think one of my other mild takes was the Bengals missed the playoffs. Bengals.
That's very much.
It's super mild. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
missed the
defense is
they missed the
still
playoffs all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and the thing is they actually have a healthy quarterback supposedly going into this year, which gives them that slow start that they're used to getting. But like, yeah, I mean, even with the healthy, I mean, their defense, it doesn't really take much
I
to
hate you guys.
I tried to Google
Captain.
because my hot take with the Bengals would be, and I don't even know if it's that hot, but that they would shatter the record for most combined points scored and given up in a season in the history of football.
Yeah, and that's how you found the Panthers stat.
That's how I found the Panthers stat. I couldn't find the stat on who has the record right now, so I'm like, I don't know what the number is for like a team that's given up combined most points, and their scored points for the year. But that's how I found the Panthers stat. So, and your Broncos, Chris, most points scored ever in a season.
Yeah,
2013, Peyton Manning.
That's right.
So, hot take, staying in the AFC North. A top 10 coach in the league will be the first one to be fired this year.
By the end, by when?
He would just be the first head coach fired in the middle of the season.
Are you claiming that Kevin Stefanski is a top 10 coach in the league?
Yes. Like, it's funny, usually I blame coaches for everything. I don't give Stefanski any blame for the dumpster fire that is the Cleveland Browns.
I don't know if most would put him top 10, but he does have he won a coach of the year, didn't he?
Twice.
Twice?
He did it twice. 2020 and 2023.
Another one.
It must be nice. The only way you can win coach of the year is if you're expected to be bad and you are pretty good. Andy Reid can't even sniff a coach of the year.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I
never
think
in contention.
I actually think Stefanski is the best coach in the AFC North, and I think he gets fired by the bye week for them, which is week 9.
Well, yeah, when you said top 10, I feel like it. I mean, Harbaugh is a top 10 coach, but I don't think you would view. Oh my gosh, what's his name in Cincy? You
Zach
think he
Taylor.
sucks.
Yeah,
Taylor
Zach
sucks.
Taylor. I have him as the second worst coach in football.
Yeah. And then you hate Tomlin, so
Yeah, I actually really like. If I'm Stefanski, I want to be fired. Just go anywhere else next year. Like, go to the Giants and help work with Jackson Dart, since Stable's going to get fired at the end of the year.
He's like, how did Steve Nash do this in Brooklyn? How did he get out of Brooklyn? How did he wanted out so bad, and they fired him.
Captain Urban's hot take: Penguins defense will be top 10. Is asking ChatGPT.
I'm not certain they'd be a top 10 defense in college football.
Can you take those metrics and like translate those down and be like, where would we project?
They were awful last year. They're worse on paper this year. They got rid of their defensive coordinator, Lou Anarumo, that I think everyone thinks was like really good at his job. But yeah, they'll be top 10.
Yeah,
There is literally 0% chance of that happening.
So,
Okay. Any other hot takes in the chat and any other hot takes? Rec, I'm pretty close.
Captain Urban's laughing at you now.
Yeah.
No, he's laughing.
Scotty.
He's laughing with me.
with
At
with us. There's a difference. Throw out your last final hot takes in the chat. I wonder what ChatGPT would like. If we typed in, what are some hot takes that are improbable but still have a slight option? I wonder what ChatGPT would say.
This push will be banned this year. This is why we don't trust AI.
That's the hot take of ChatGPT.
AI is still not ready to be trusted at all.
I'm typing it in right now. We're doing the prompt. We'll see what it comes up with and see if there's anything interesting here.
I thought that's where you got your hot take.
No. I came up with mine. Give me some hot takes for the 2025 NFL season that are a little far-fetched, but a slight sliver of truth.
Black market. Warm take. Taylor Swift will play the halftime show. Not this year, but next. Well, that's good because the Super Bowl already happened this year. But I know what you meant, black market. I'm just being wreck, kind of just a pain in the ass. I could see her doing it at some point. Obviously, they don't get. Supposedly, they don't get paid, but like, she would send Super Bowl ratings to a new. I mean, just her in the crowd has broken Super Bowl ratings records. If she's performing at halftime, I don't know. I mean, the world might go dark because too much power and electricity is going.
Well, it's in San Francisco. It's not in Detroit.
Okay, here's what it spit out, and I can make them spicier if I want. But here's some team hot takes and some player hot takes. Team hot takes, according to ChatGPT, the Patriots make the playoffs behind Drake May and a top 5 defense.
Kind of already said that. So
that'd be a very Patriots thing to do.
I don't know why ChatGPT is listening to me, but get out of my ear.
The Bears have the best offense in the NFC.
That's fucking ridiculous.
With Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Roma Dunze. Oh,
Keenan Allen
they don't have.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say it was like you have a little
keep up
ChatGPT. Cowboys missed the playoffs. Fire McCarthy. Well,
fire McCarthy.
This is so behind. Wow, ChatGPT has a long way to go.
Yeah.
Hot take. Wait. They did. Well, they took away the context. They rehire McCarthy on the staff, and then they fire him again because they hate him so much. That's where the hot take comes in, Scotty. And then they trade Dak. Lions.
They would love to. They would love to trade Dak.
The Lions Cinderella run ends with a losing record for this season.
Kind of following me again there, but
and the Texans make the Super Bowl.
Not following me there. Is it in Houston? Is that why they're going?
It's in San Francisco.
Oh. It's like maybe if it's in Houston,
I did. Go to the so, and then there's some Aaron Rodgers. So this just hasn't kept up. There's like Aaron Rodgers and the Jets missed the playoffs again. Well, he's not a Jet.
Maybe you have to do like 2025 hot takes.
I did 2025 NFL season. It's just not keeping up. But
yikes. They got to work on their sports.
Yeah. Anthony Richardson finishes top 3 in MVP voting.
Well, that'd be hard since he's not the starter.
It's kind of hard to do that when Daniel Jones is supposed to start 17.
Daniel Jones is going to get knocked out. You're missing the context.
Which, by the way, I saw a thing where Chris Ballard compared Daniel Jones to Alex Smith.
It's not the craziest take.
AI.
I mean, Alex Smith was. I guess Daniel Jones won a playoff game. Maybe I don't.
AI
he was winning playoff games with San Francisco was not because of the offense.
Yeah.
There was one that I did see. I was like kind of cruising around. This like, Michael Penix loses his job this season to Kirk Cousins. This season, Michael Penix gets benched, and Kirk Cousins comes in and leads the ATL Lab Falcons to the playoffs.
And Cousins signs a 5-year, $180 million extension.
Generational
$400 million extension.
He gets him a Mahomes deal.
And then he just keeps going. He just re-ups on what he's done so far.
Like how
keep making that money, dude. Keep doing your thing.
Has there been a quarterback that's made as much money so far as Kirk Cousins has, with all the contracts and all the guaranteed money he's had?
Career playoff wins of what, like 1, maybe 2?
Yeah, is that a couple like beat the Saints that one time in like 2019?
You can't have more than 2. I would say the max is 2. I'll look that up though.
Yeah. All right. Put it on the board as a hot take. Penix.
Cousins were crushed until week 1 of the playoffs.
He has 1. It's against those Saints. 1 playoff win.
I think
1-4 in the postseason.
Yeah, that's great. talking about they pick Arch Manning.
Yeah, I've seen Arch Manning mentioned a couple times in the chat.
Yeah. Someone said he'll be a Steeler.
A lot of people think he may not even leave after this year.
I mean, apparently, it was his grandfather, Archie Manning, who said he's in college, and he's like, "I'm surviving my options. I know why you're taking his word. This is my life."
I threw in one last thing to make these spicier, even, and they're like insanity level: 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10.
Christ. The
Baker
Browns win the Super Bowl.
Baker Mayfield wins MVP.
By the way, we haven't talked about college football at all, but speaking of Arch, what a first weekend this weekend will be with. We get big noon kickoff with number 1 Texas against number 3 Ohio State.
I mean, that's going to be spicy.
Spicy.
That's right.
Oh, and the really sad news, Chris, did you hear about the Buffs?
I heard.
More specifically, actually, what are you going to say first?
No, actually, I don't. I don't know what I heard.
Sad news with the Buffs. It involves Ralphie.
Oh, Ralphie.
Ralphie.
Yeah.
Ralphie. I don't know if this is Ralphie 6 or something. For those of you that don't know, that's the buffalo that runs around the field prior to a game. They just retired the previous Ralphie due to that Ralphie no longer wanting to run. Like literally, they can't get that buffalo to run.
They can't do
Get
it.
it.
Can't
the
do
buffalo's just like, I'm old and good. And the new Ralphie's apparently not ready. They have a new Ralphie, but not ready to run on the field. So for the first time in a long time in a home football game,
No, Ralphie.
the buffalo will not be running around on the football field,
Which
Chris.
is kind of
Boulder.
I mean, and there's certain teams and certain programs that have like these iconic things that they do. I mean, obviously, CU has theirs, and all the different Tennessee and West Virginia, all these Penn State, all of these schools have these. They're probably one of my favorite things to do at the first week of college football is watch all of the just highlight videos of just fans when they're playing, these traditional songs to get these teams fired up on the week 1. And it's going to be weird not having Ralphie. And then Ralphie's kind of like that thing that just really gets you going. And they got to...
You know what we ought to do, Chris? We ought to have a Thursday stream where we talk about or do a draft of the best college traditions.
I mean, there's some good ones out there. There's some good ones.
And now I'm looking more at the schedule because there's 3 top 10 matchups in college football this weekend.
It's going to be good. It's going to be...
After that one, you have LSU Clemson 9 versus 4. And then on
How is Clemson still
Sunday,
a top 10 team?
Clemson's ranked 4th.
How?
Listen, I'm just looking at the ranking, Rack.
Yeah, what the hell's
No
doing?
need to have your voice squeak at me.
My voice is
All right.
naturally squeaky. That's why I can do the elbow voice so well.
And then Sunday night, we have Notre Dame, Miami, 6 versus 10.
Which, that's a heated rivalry. I mean, back
Back in the day,
it was.
like late 80s, early 90s. That was, yeah.
When's the ATL draft?
We're working on that.
Working on
We're
it.
working on that. You got to be in the Discord, show your interest, and if you are, we'll reach out. I think we might do it it'll probably be Sunday or Monday night. One of those two.
Yeah. So, guys, if you guys are interested, go to our Discord. Let us know in the chat. Let Rec know in the Discord that you're interested in fantasy football.
I meant Monday or Tuesday night, but yeah.
So that you can be on the list. Because if we don't have you on there, I mean, we always get this every year. Like, hey, I want in. How do I get in? This is how. So make sure you join in. Let us know. Otherwise, we won't be able to get you in. And then you're going to be like, wait, you guys drafted already? What happened? Yeah, we don't want you to be left out in the cold. Make sure you follow directions.
Captain Urban.
I'm drafting Bengals D round 1.
Let's make it a pay league.
make it He's
What do you
like,
think?
hey, on second thought,
Grand aside?
change your draft strategy there, Captain. That's for sure.
Joe Quills, yeah, who's finishing second to me this year? Which, by the way, Scotty, have you gotten Joe his jersey yet?
I gotta figure out what to get him. You know, I really want something to speak to me.
You gotta really put some good thought
Has
into it.
Piglet got?
Like-
I don't know if Piglet's got hers yet. Has she got it? That you're aware?
From what I could tell, no.
Piglet was rocking her Action Lab over at the Minnesota
Yeah.
State Fair up there. So congrats to her on just repping the Action Lab and being like a baller up there. So what's up, McLovin? How we doing? Good to have you. We just finished our hot takes. So you just missed it, but we're going to upload this to YouTube so you can catch all the hot takes that we had. And then we're also, guys, for all you guys who are joining us a little later, we have a lot of you guys joining us on the late end. But we have our biggest show leading up to the NFL season this coming Sunday. We're making predictions on every single team, over-unders, on who's going to make the playoffs, who's going to make the Super Bowl, who's going to win, all of those things. And then we're also going to be announcing all of our free contests where you could win all of the cool gear if you win Survivor, if you win Pick'em, if you win our super contest, if you win any of those things, we will get you all hooked up with some Action Lab gear. So it's free. And we're APC. We'll be doing some college football stuff as well, knowing that, there's a lot of big games. We're going to probably be covering, what takes place in some of those big matchups between ranked teams, especially the ones we were just mentioning. So yeah, we'll talk some college football as well. There's always some room for that, especially before week 1 of NFL football. We're going to, there's some big matchups and we can't skip. So tune in Sunday.
Texas is the number 1 matchup.
Yes.
No doubt.
Don't forget Pittsburgh.
I'm a big Ohio State fan. Gross.
It's going nuclear. Oh, yeah, Cal Pitts going nuclear.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts go nuclear at 80, 1,100, and 10 touchdowns, 10 TDs.
Yeah.
I know one thing, fade the Saints all season. Rattler is one of the worst I have ever seen. Hot take. Spencer Rattler leads the Saints to the playoffs.
No, Chris.
No.
We lose all credibility.
Oh wait, are we done? Wait. We took this.
Don't
We
do
took
that.
the. We took the graphic down. We're not in a safe place anymore. Sorry. That is-
hot take. The Giants start off 0-13. Both Russ and Jameis end up getting benched after going winless in their starts, and Jackson Dart goes 2-2 to end the season.
Hot take.
Very, very specific, Rick.
Hot take. Russell Wilson wins comeback player of the year. Oh, that just threw up in my mouth a little
He
bit.
wasn't even that bad last year.
How do you-
He can't
yeah.
be comeback player of the year.
Was he dead?
He was. Yeah, he was.
And I didn't know it.
He was dead to me. So.
He led the Steelers to the playoffs, Chris.
I mean, he did, but
Playoffs?
what happened in the
Ohio
playoffs?
State best
Playoff?
team. Yeah, APC. I know they won last season. Doesn't mean I had to like them. I don't like Ohio State.
Hot take.
Never have, never will.
Danny DeVito.
What's wrong with the?
Yeah,
Ohio
that's
State.
a part of the problem. Is they're arrogant as fuck.
Danny DeVito gets signed somewhere, at least a playoff run, like the little Danny DeVito.
I don't know if there's another Danny DeVito.
yeah, I know he's talking about like Tommy Cutlets.
It's cutlets, yeah. Just saying.
He is on the Giants practice squad.
Uh,
Stream behind Jackson.
Good luck with that. At least you can
New
still
England
live at
cutlet
home
chowder?
and save some money.
I hate that statement, Sergeant. I hate that so much.
the problem is his name is Tommy DeVito. So
Oh, he is in New
Yeah.
England. I forgot about
It
that.
is Tommy DeVito. I thought we were talking about Danny DeVito.
I mean, Danny
From, like, It's
DeVito
Always Sunny,
coming
you know,
in.
Danny DeVito, twins.
and just
Yeah, talking
saying.
about Kyler being unable to see over the line. Can't won't be able to see anything.
Chris has a point. Russ hasn't been cooking the last 2 seasons. He hasn't been as spicy. All right. Screw it. Danny is better anyways. Yeah. Danny's better. Yeah. Forget it.
They offer you a nice egg in these trying times.
Anyways. All right, guys. Well, I think
All right.
that's we're gonna do. That's all we're gonna do for tonight with some hot takes. But again, Sunday, be back here. You won't want to miss it. So hit that follow button if you're new to the channel. You're stumbling across it for the first time. We're starting to get competition on Twitch. So be with the A team here. Be with your boys. Hang out with us because no one's gonna cover the NFL better than the Action Lab Sports channel here on Twitch. No one is going to on any live streaming network. So make sure you tune in, and we will be giving you all the things you need all season long. But that being said, we are out of here. Let me get the credits rolling for you guys because you guys were absolutely crushing it all night long. So we'll get you all taken care of. We'll give you the thanks you deserve because you deserve it every single time. You guys make this show what it is. Scott and I do as well, but at the same time,
Just
make
sure you leave Wreck out of it.
Just leave, yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Hey, I have all of the best takes. Yeah, just wait until Jackson Dart goes 2-2 and the Giants go 2-15.
Well, they have to go 0-13 first, and that feels aggressive.
Honestly,
It's hard to do.
I'm looking at the schedule. The schedule is actually insanely hard.
They
So
got
just
Cowboys
here are the
twice.
teams. So here are all the teams that they played that had a losing season last year. The Saints,
It's gotta be
I
done.
guess the 49ers, but they're still going to be tough. The 49ers, the Bears. That's the list. Saints, 49ers, Bears. That's
Yeah, but they play the Broncos, so that should be a dub.
yeah.
Raiders.
Yeah. Which I got them winning one against the Commies and then beating the Raiders in Vegas.
Well, and the Cowboys twice, who didn't.
Also, what do you think about Parsons maybe not playing in 8 days?
Clown show.
Clown.
Clown show. Super talented dude, but an idiot at the same time.
How is Michael Parsons the idiot?
I think both sides can be dumb, but Micah Parsons is definitely dumb. Have you ever watched his podcast?
I mean, oh yeah, I know he says dumb things, but Jerry Jones has been going public talking shit about Micah.
Wait a minute.
I've watched some, not a lot. I've watched a little bit of the Netflix Cowboys doc. So far, I actually think it's pretty good. Even if you don't like the Cowboys, I think it'd be entertaining to watch. But there's so many better ones, like the Chiefs one, obviously. Watch that one first, and then you can watch the Cowboys one.
No thanks, I'm good.
Well, I'm sure they'll make one about the Steelers going 9-8 soon. Again,
I thought his name was Michael Parson.
it is. It is. That was his birth name. He changed it to Micah Parsons.
All right. I'm just finding a raid candidate here, and I'm actually
It's been a while.
I'm going into talk shows and podcasts and seeing who's doing some talk shows and podcasts. You guys can continue some vibes with. So we'll go in and I'll pick one here. I'm just gonna pick one at random.
One that's not followers only.
Let's see.
Crazy if Rodgers plays Green Bay in the Super Bowl after he won his only ring versus the Steelers.
It'd be crazy.
What's crazier about that is that the other 30 teams actually fell off the face of the earth to allow that to happen.
Exactly.
So
I mean, Packers, I could see them making a Super Bowl run. I could see them being a dark horse.
I
Steelers,
picked them
no.
last year, so
Yeah.
I thought we'd have a Super Bowl I rematch last year. I got half right.
All right. Actually, no. We're just gonna send you to music as code. There's nobody out there doing anything of importance.
Damn, way to shut down all of Twitch. Oh,
We have high standards here. Or is it McDoodle? We sent you to McDoodle a couple times. McDoodle? We'll send you to McDoodle again, actually. She's got some vibes going. All right, go give McDoodle some love. And she will serenade you the rest of the evening.
Captain Nerfin.
Hot take: NFL cities without airports are better than NFL. I mean,
It's hard to say that when the one I can think of has 0 Super Bowl wins.
And also think Skyline chili is a delicacy.
That's your claim to fame.
that's it. That's it.
Spaghetti with
Yeah,
chili
yeah. If you
and cheese.
if you claim that as your official thing, you're automatically F tier. F tier for the Skyline chili.
Sergeant Recto, which one? Look up where Skyline Chili's from. That'll give you a hint. It turns out there's no airport there.
Don't Google airport. It won't turn out well for you.
Wait, so a city known for a Skyline has no airport.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
It's better from the ground to view that skyline.
All right, guys. Well, the raid is getting processed. Guys, be back here Sunday. We will have an amazing show. As I've said, this entire stream, I've been plugging it all night long. Hit that follow button before we get off in the next, 30 seconds. So you know when we go live each and every single time with those little notifications. But between now and Sunday, go be a good person. Go live in the moment. Put the phone down. Enjoy the people and things around you. And go be a good person. Scotty, anything else?
No, always fun. Enjoyed the hot takes. Always a great stream. We'll see you back here on Sunday night for our mega preview with all our predictions. But appreciate you guys. Have a good end of your week. And we'll check you later. Deuces.
Go give
Bye,
some,
everybody.
go give some hot takes to some people. Well, in the meantime, too. Love you guys.
Poor Captain Nerfin.
They give me a hard time with true takes that make me sad. Well, yeah.
I mean, you could always become Captain Rural.
ATL Lab is back, by the way.
Says the guy who picked the Panthers to win.